Yeah, hey, I'm real excited to have the Jarvis Scott Open. Real excited to have a lot of the people that ran for her going to be on campus. So it's really a reunion for a lot of people, and just another opportunity for us to get better, and for a lot of our kids to still try to qualify for nationals and get good Big 12 marks. So really good meet.
What impressed you about the meetings you guys had last week in Mexico?
Yeah, I mean, you got to start with Zach Bradford. I mean, first 19-foot vaulter ever in the history of Texas Tech track and field. Pretty special, and he's broken the record, as you guys know, every week. And just an amazing feat, but just a great kid, and so thankful that he chose to come here after he got his degree at Kansas and wanted to finish it off, and that he wanted to try to be on a really good team. And he's sure helped in that situation a bunch. And you got to look at Caleb Dean, second all-time ever to Omo Usagi in 60 hurdles. So that's another one that was just a fabulous feat that kind of gets overlooked because of Bradford's spectacular jump.
And so what's next for those two when they have all of these record-breaking performances before like some indoor and then outdoor? So what's going to happen in between those two?
Yeah, you know, they both want to be Big 12 champions. I mean, it's important. We're hosting, so they're going to really try to do well at the Big 12. I think, you know, Bradford's still not on his biggest pole. Coach Slagle's been bringing him along just perfectly, and so I think he's still got more inches in him. And then, of course, Caleb Dean's just a 780 hurdler at Maryland, and now he's jumping, 762, and I feel like he's really figuring it out. And so we'd love to, as much as I love Omo, we'd like to get that record, which just means he's running fast. And he's ranked number 2 in the country. Of course, it's so tight. All of them are right there together. And just gives us a lot of hope and a lot of momentum.
You touched on it. He was running 7.8s at this time last year. He got low 7.6s. What do you attribute that improvement, that drastic improvement to?
Yeah, he is a tremendous worker, and he came here in the fall. He doesn't say a whole lot, and he just goes to work. And just a real talented kid, I believe, that was at a program and not knocking Maryland, but just didn't have a lot of great people around him. And I think that's what's helped him so much, is being in a culture here where everybody's good. And Coach Robinson just done a fabulous job. He's needs technically is his issue when he has a problem, getting on top of the hurdles. And so he's just getting better and better and better at that. And he's so fast that, that's a problem for a guy that's so fast. That's always the problem. But I'm just really proud of the progress we've made, because we really brought him here to be a 400-meter hurdler, which we still think that is his best race. But this has been a real pleasant surprise.
What all teams are here this weekend? Just more small regions?
Yeah, most regions. The biggest one is BYU. They're coming in full force, which will be a Big 12 member next year. This is the first meet they've come back to this year. And then we've got, UTA and UTSA and Abilene Christian and some people. We've got South Plains, West Texas A&M, New Mexico Junior College. They all have some fabulous, fabulous individuals. And so it really helps our meet and pushes in a lot of events.
With these athletes coming in and setting these records early in the season, what does that say about the time of the meeting outside of these?
Yeah, I'm just, I'm really surprised it's happening so fast, and it's a good problem. And I don't think we've peaked, but a little scary, because I want us to keep getting better and better. And Bradford's done it 4 weeks in a row, so I think. But if he doesn't have a personal best this next week, it's no big deal. We're trying to be consistent, and I can honestly say he's pretty consistent. So, but I think that's the most important thing. I think it just helps our team morale to see these really good individuals keep setting records, and it just gives everybody hope that, wow, look at how much they're improving, and I'm going to improve too.
Yeah, like you said, going off of that the teammates see them improving and they want to improve. How do you think these records and these school and national records are rubbing off on those that are watching?
Yeah, we just had a team meeting, and I just honored those people, and yeah, you can just see it in other kids' faces. I mean, I think it just means so much, and it makes them feel proud that we've got a really good team, both men and women, and they can be a part of that.
You got an update on where
Nothing's changed right now. We will go back, I believe it's next week, to do one more x-ray before we either release her or don't. And so she's doing really well, I know that, but she had a real hot spot in the top of her back, and so we were making sure it wasn't a stress fracture, but it was a stress reaction. So we just have to be careful with the jumper.
What's Caleb Wilborn?
He will open up this weekend. He's had a little hamstring issue bothering him, and he's healthy now, and he'll go to New Mexico with Coach Hurston. He's one of 16 that's mostly in that jumps group that'll be competing there this weekend.
And is there any of your top people that you're resting this weekend?
I don't think we're resting. Courtney will try to just run a 4x4. Caleb Dean is going to run a 4x4 and probably one round of the 60 for sure. Try to get a little better mark in the 60. But I think most everybody, I don't think we have anybody we're resting totally, but we're sure not working real hard with those two guys.
And what about Jacoby?
He's still on the mend.
Still in that 3-week kind of range?
Yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, next week he is working out, light jogging, stretching, doing those things. But I believe next week we start back, more medium-paced stuff, and then the next week will be harder, and then we'll know. I think we'll know that week of the 17th whether he's going to compete at Big 12 or not.
Going back to the personal best, I know Ryleigh Redding's been pretty consistent with getting close to her personal best and tying it. Anything you want to see from her coming up?
Oh no, she's really so much more consistent this year, and just would love for her to have an opportunity to jump that 14-foot, have a chance to make the national top 16. I think she's got a really great chance to do that.
So this weekend's a reunion of Jarvis Scott's people. How many
Well, we bought Jarvis Scott T-shirts, and I know we've had 50 people ask for them. So, I mean, it just seems like if they all show up, it's just an enormous, big group that wants to come back to honor her name and her time here. And so it just makes me really proud because she was the first women's coach. So I'm real anxious to see how many of them are actually going to show up.
How's it been to see all your teammates do the personal best and the school records? How's it been to see everyone come together?
It's really exciting, honestly, because I think the pole vault group as a whole, I feel like we're really close and we really care for each other, and so it's almost like whenever someone has a PR or a good meet itself, it's like you're also having that, and so you feel the same things they're feeling, and so it's so much fun to experience that and so great.
Does that kind of motivate you, seeing them get PRs and personal best?
Yes, because I feel like too, just since I knew once Zach was coming in that we all knew that he was a great vaulter, and so I think there's a lot to learn from him, and I think the guys see that too, and seeing them this past year, I think that he's helped them also start performing better, just trying to jump better too in practice.
So what have you learned from Zach as far as pole vault goes?
I think to just have a good mentality going into it. He seems very composed at me. It's just, he tries to, he shows that he knows what he's doing, and I think that's helped me be like, okay, I've done this as much as you have, and so I want to have that same confidence that he has going in, and I think that's helped me a lot, and I'm sure that's helped all the other pole vaulters as well.
How would you characterize your season individually so far?
I would say my goal coming into this year was to be consistent with around 13.6, and so far that's close to what I'm doing. I've jumped 13.5, I think, maybe is the lowest, and so I've been really consistent with my goal. I'm wanting higher, but I'm also not, if I don't jump what I want to meet, I'm not going to try to put it down on me. I'm going to forget about that and just get a good mindset for the next one going into it.
Anything you can attribute to the newfound consistency?
Mindset, honestly. I used to get really anxious and nervous before meets, but I think really just since this is my last year and I know I'm not doing this ever again, that did not sound on. Since I know I'm never going to be able to do this again, that I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, that I really just want to enjoy each meet, each moment, especially with my teammates, with Coach Slagle, just having the environment that we're in. I'm never going to get the experience again, and so I think that's helped me to be more relaxed, more confident, and be more consistent.
With that being said, that it's your last year, what are some goals that you have maybe inside or even outside of track this year?
I would say, obviously, going to nationals would be amazing, and I really would want to clear 14 feet, but I'm also trying to remind myself that heights aren't all that it's about, and so I think really what I want to take from this year is just no having the people, all the lessons that they've taught me, and be able to put that into what I go on to do in future life. And so,
What are you majoring in? What are you planning career-wise?
so I'm planning on going into medical sales right now. Last May, I graduated with my majored in kinesiology, and so right now I'm doing a master's in healthcare administration.
Caleb, I was looking it up earlier, and then Coach touched on it a moment ago. Last year, you were running in the 7.8s, 60 hurdles. What do you attribute your drastic improvement to go from the 7.8s to the low 7.6s?
Honestly, I think it's just the environment. So like when I was at Maryland, I didn't have a lot of people to like push me, and like the competition level wasn't there as it is here. So just like my mindset and the competitiveness that we have in Tech, so that I feel like I have the same work ethic, the same will, the same determination that I had at Maryland. It's just like a new environment, new atmosphere, which is helping me succeed there.
To set a PR by the margin that we did last Saturday, did you surprise yourself when you looked up and saw 762?
I didn't really surprise myself. I knew I was capable of doing it. I just had to execute, and the PR was going to come. So just execution, I knew it was going to be there.
What does it mean to you that you're so close to these school records and just starting the season off?
It means a lot, honestly. All the hard work that I put in, it definitely seems like it's paying off. So just keep going down the right path. Stay focused, stay hungry, stay humble. So I feel like that's what I got to do to break all these records and stuff like that. But it's a real blessing.
Now, this team so far has had a lot of success so early in the season. How do you feel you've been getting to now versus without a team?
Yeah, for sure. So the team's been amazing, honestly. Just the atmosphere, the environment, the competitiveness. We're like one big family. So just seeing like my other teammates do well, it's such an amazing feeling to have. And my other goals for I guess for later in the season is just to execute and win. I feel like I'm the best. No disrespect, but I feel like I'm the best. So I feel like if I have my mindset in the right place and if I execute, there's no one who can stop me.
And how does it feel from your perspective to watch your team have such a successful year early in the season?
Honestly, it feels great. Not to throw shade at my other university, but when I was at University of Maryland, we didn't have as much success as we did at Tech. So this is a whole new feeling for me. Watching my teammates compete and throw down some national marks is an amazing feeling.
Caleb, have you looked up, or as Wes told you about Homo Osagi?
Oh, that was a dude who has a school record in the 60 hurdles. Yeah, he was a national champ or U.S. champion. So
And a world champion.
yeah, world champion. So I did a little research about him. So it's honestly amazing, being that close to his time.
You're not the tallest guy in the world. Physically, is there any more difficulty or challenge with the high hurdle, with the hurdles? Being, not a 6'2" or 6'3".
Yeah, there's not really a challenge for me. I feel like I'm pretty athletic, so it's just natural, natural talent. Comes easy to me.
At the end of the Red Raider Open, you said you were going to bring some special things to the hurdles this season. Was that kind of just a preview of what we're in store for?
Yeah, for sure. That was just a preview. I still got some big things planned ahead, so y'all stay tuned for that.
You touched on your background in Maryland. Since with all the great things that you've done so far this season, have you had your former coaches or teammates, texting you?
Yeah, for sure. I love my Maryland family. I still stay in contact with them, almost every day. So, they see what I'm doing, and they're just very happy for me. Some of my teammates at Maryland, they literally told me that I should transfer, get a new experience, get a new opportunity. So, I'm very blessed to have my teammates and my coaches at Maryland, and